What we wish to teach you today is how to harness new beginnings in this coming new year. It is for you to be grateful as to what has occurred for you for the totality of 2023. 2023 for many of you has been a year of clearing, a year of clearing very, very stagnant energies. And in this clearing, these energies, these patterns and beliefs that you have repeated over multiple lifetimes. Some of these clearing might have been a painful experience for some. So it is that despite the difficulty that it has brought onto your life, it is important for you to understand what your responsibility has been to this clearing. What has been the benefit of you becoming aware of this pattern or belief that you have repeated over multiple lifetimes. It is that when substantial amounts of energies are cleared, and when you have repeated a belief or pattern over multiple lifetimes, it is substantial amounts of energy. When such energies has been cleared, it is a golden opportunity to make a quantum leap towards your desired outcomes. So, to make that quantum leap, what is important for you to do is for you to honor the totality of 2023. It is that we implore you not to see the events of 2023 and see some as good or some as bad. We implore you to begin to see all of it for what it is and to be grateful for each event that has occurred into your life. Those you perceive to be good, those that have made you feel good, and those that you perceive to be bad or has given you unpleasant feelings. And it is in understanding your responsibility towards this event and the benefit of having gone through this experience, it is that you will supercharge your manifestations for this coming new year. So this is what we wish to teach you today. How to be grateful of some of these things, some of these events in your life that you perceive to be undesirable. So it is to get a journal out and to begin to list all of the major events of 2023. Again, those you perceive to be good and those you perceive to be bad. And begin to understand what your responsibility to each of these major events. Each of these major events, the good and the bad. What we are teaching you is we are teaching you how to be grateful of yourself and how to honor yourself so that you can harness enough energy to make quantum leaps in this coming 2024. So why is it important for you to understand what your responsibility is to these events you perceive to be good that occurred in 2023? The reason it's important is because for many of you, you work very hard towards a desired outcome. You get that desired, you attain that desired outcome, and then you forget to thank yourself, to be grateful for yourself for attaining that desired outcome. Yes, you may say good job. Yes, you may feel a sense of pride towards the accomplishment, but it is that you don't take time to reflect and honor the totality of your efforts to get that desired outcome. I was promoted this year. You feel good and you congratulate yourself for the instance, but it is for you to begin to reflect what it has taken for you to get that promotion. And in reflecting in the totality of the experience, it is that you can honor yourself such that you will pave the way for a quantum leap in 2024. So that is that. Those are for the events that you perceive to be good, those events that you have pleasant feelings about. So what about these events in 2023 for which you had unpleasant feelings about? Well, it is for you to list them and begin to understand what your responsibility is to what has occurred. So we will use the example of someone who loses their job as a contrast to our prior example of getting a promotion. Let's say you unfortunately lost your job in 2023 and it was something that was a surprise to you. You did not anticipate it. And so in that lack of anticipation, you might have felt sour about losing your job and therefore losing your livelihood that allows you to maintain a lifestyle on the earth plane. But it is that if you are truly to be honest with yourself and you begin to seek what is your responsibility towards this loss, you will find that the universe was conspiring in your favor for your highest good. Did you like your job? Were you engaged in that job? Did you feel that you were being all you can be in this position? So the likelihood is that some of your answers for those questions will be no, and it is for you to begin to be grateful for the new beginning, for the universe nudging you to get a job that will allow the biggest possibility of yourself. So in becoming, in reflecting to become grateful for these events that you perceive to be unpleasant, by understanding your responsibility to these events that occurred in your life, it is that just like we talked about with these experiences you perceive to be good, you will begin to harness the energy to make a quantum leap. For gratefulness is an amplifier of energy. When you're grateful for something, whatever you're grateful for begins to amplify. If you begin to ride that amplification towards a new intention of a job for which you will be engaged, a job for which you will allow yourself to experience the biggest possibility of yourself, it is that you will begin to make a quantum leap by way of experiencing synchronicity towards these intentions. So in being grateful for the totality of 2023 and doing this exercise that we are teaching you now, you will begin to harness the energy for you to manifest your desired outcomes, your desired intentions for this coming year, 2024. The second and last thing we wish to teach you is we wish to teach you how to make New Year's resolutions. So it is that for many of you, New Year's resolutions are made, and they are made with good intention, and they are made with your soul-centeredness in mind, but it is that they begin to come to the wayside. That is, you have these grand intentions, but it is that it's difficult for you to take action towards these intentions. So what we will tell you if you have experienced this is to ask yourself, are your intentions, is the why of your intentions consistent with your soul-centered self? So we will again use the same example here of getting a job that fulfills the biggest possibility of yourself. Let's say that is your New Year's intention, your New Year's resolution. So if that is your intention, it is that are the actions you are taking consistent with the why of that intention? Let's say the why of your intention is that the biggest possibility of you is the person that will make an impact. And yet, as you understand that to be your why, you apply to jobs that are not creating the kind of impact that you want. It is that you wish to have a position just like the last one, but you lost the last one precisely because it did not have the kind of impact that your soul wants to make. And it is that when you take action towards a soul-centered intention for which the why is not in line with your soul-centered self, there will be no movement forward. No matter how grateful you are for the totality of 2023, all of that harnessed energy goes to the wayside. So it is for you to be clear on your intentions, but to be clear on the why of that intention, and to take actions as to that why. So perhaps the reason that you are not taking action towards your soul-centered why is because you may not feel worthy to make that impact. So it is to work with that soul fragmentation and to ask yourself, is this belief true? If you desire it, you are worthy of it. If you desire it, you're capable of it. And if you desire it, you can have it. If that desire is within your soul-centered self, your soul will make way for the desired outcome. If that desire is in line with your soul-centered self, your soul will make way for the desired outcome. The universe, not just your soul, but the totality of the universe, Gaia herself, will assist you by creating synchronicities in your life, so long as your intentions are clear with that soul-centered self. So it is to begin to become clear on what is your soul-centered desire. And be honest with yourself. You can have what you want. You can be the biggest possibility of yourself according to your soul-centered truth. You can be anything you wish to be, so long as it's in line with your soul-centeredness. And it is in that allowing, in affirming to yourself that you can have what you want, that you can be what you wish to be. It is where your manifestations will be created on the earth plane more rapidly than if you did not take the time to get into your soul-centered self. So we are assisting you in this process. We are encouraging you to find the biggest possibility of you in your soul-centeredness. And we are assisting you as you make these intentions and resolutions for the beautiful new beginnings that will be had in 2024. All right, they're saying end of message.